What's up guys, this is Anime Crossover. I'm back with another episode of Naruto with the legendary Silver Fox Part 7. And if you did enjoy this video, give this video a like, and if you're new to my channel and like my content, subscribe and hit that notification bell for more crossover fictions with the twist. Now let's begin this new video.
Chapter 12. I do not own the anime, manga Naruto, and I would like to offer thanks for a specific scene to the anime, manga beat and Inuyasha. When Naruto approached Kira and Sasuke, he asked, "Is there any way we can avoid bloodshed? You appear to be a very lovely individual. I'm not sure how you got involved with Gato," Naruto said. "Well, when you travel alone and are thought to be a missing ninja, money can be scarce, and you will do almost anything to get some, even work for a tyrant like Gato," Haku explained. "People like Gato are not to be trusted," Naruto said. "Yes, I knew, and so did Zabuza, but we had been traveling for several days without supplies, and Gato offered to pay for services that would allow us to buy supplies," Haku explained. "I take it you didn't know," Naruto said. "Know about what?" Sasuke inquired. Apparently, two of Gato's bodyguards arrived at Tsunami's house with orders to kidnap her and bring her to Gato as a bargaining chip for his life. They decided to rape her for sick fun, but I halted them before they could do anything to her, Naruto said, as Kira and Sasuke breathed a sense of relief. "That. No. Good, evil, devious shrimp. Tell Zabuza that he was correct about Gato and that he's about to make a move. There's no doubt that he's hired a large number of rogues to launch an assault when we're too exhausted to fight," Haku said. "I'm not sure," said Kira, still pondering about it. "Please, believe me. Zabuza has been anticipating this for some time, so he'll understand what you're talking about. Please," pleaded Haku. Naruto bowed. "I'll tell him, but for your safety, Kira and Sasuke will guard you," Naruto said. "I understand," Haku said, peering through Naruto's eyes. "Zabuza, brace yourself. This is the end of your life." Kakashi rushed forward, his palm charged with an electrical attack. Kakashi drew back his palm and pushed forward, aiming for Zabuza's heart. Kakashi made impact, but it wasn't with Zabuza, but with a huge ice mirror, two metallic claws, and Spark's knuckle protection. Naruto stood in front of Zabuza, accompanied by the Demon Brothers, who removed their metal claws and placed them in front of Zabuza to form a barrier in front of Kakashi's assault. "What are you doing, Naruto?" exclaimed Kakashi, surprised. "Sorry, Kakashi-sensei, but Zabuza is no longer your enemy." "What do you mean, Naruto-kun?" Kurenai inquired. "Well, before I arrived, Gato dispatched two of his personal lackeys to kidnap Tsunami in order to kill Tizuna in exchange for her life, but they decided to rape her first before handing her over to Gato. Fortunately, I was able to halt them before they could do anything. That little pipsqueak will pay with his life. Kakashi, tell these mutts of yours to let go," Zabuza exclaimed. "Forget about it, Zabuza. If Gato really is coming here, then my squad and I can do it, and how can these two bear it?" Kakashi wondered. "Hey, when you see someone you care about in danger, you tend to forget about your pain and end up by their side to help them," Gozu explained. "Aside from that, Zabuza is like a father figure to us in Haku. We may be lacking ninja, but we still regard each other as if we were family. But, aside from that, you broke our favorite claws," exclaimed Maizu. "Do you know how difficult it is to find weapons like these?" exclaimed Gozu, holding up two shattered talons. "Don't you two have a sealing scroll full of those?" Zabuza asked, his perspiration dripping. "Yeah, but number 88 was our favorite. It was our lucky claws whenever it was a really important mission," both siblings sobbed together. "I'm disappointed, Zabuza. All I asked you to do was kill Tizuna, and you couldn't even do that, so I'm taking matters into my own hands," Gato said, emerging with a large group of soldiers and rogues. "Perhaps I could spare the ladies, as well as your daughter Tizuna. These kunoichi are stunning, as is that harlot you have, Zabuza. Maybe I'll turn them into my particular sex slaves." Gato's comments were the final point in his coffin as Sasuke, Naruto, and Zabuza unleashed a large killer intent aimed at him. Naruto clenched his hand firmly, unaware that Tempest was pulsing in its sheath. As the two females fled towards where everyone was standing, Sasuke and Kira let go of Haku, not realizing that his blade was also pulsing. "No one, and I mean no one, ever refers to my daughter as a slut," exclaimed Zabuza, stunning Gato. "Zabuza, please stand in line. He disrespected our friends, and now he's deceased," exclaimed Sasuke. "Injuring our friends and then claiming you're going to use them for your own sick pleasure. Such arrogance is punishable by death," screamed Naruto as he grabbed Tempest. When Naruto grasped Tempest, the gem at the end of the handle gleamed brilliant blue. "Command the winds to thy will, Tatsumaki." The blade glowed brilliantly, and in its place was a sword with a silver handle and a gold tip where the gem used to be. a gold hilt with an interior silver layer, and a blade that looked a gigantic white wing circled by wind. Sasuke pulled out his sword. "Let thy roar be heard all the way through the storm, Raimei. When the sword grew in size and length, approximating a giant fang with black fur on the hilt, Sasuke grabbed for his katana. Both brothers were emitting demonic chakra, driven by rage towards Gato while also wanting to defend everyone. "Take a step back, you twerps. Gato is now mine." Zabuza was fighting Kakashi's canines when he head-butted the bulldog behind him, scattering the other dogs. "What makes you think we'll let you?" Naruto questioned. Zabuza seized both Sasuke and Naruto by the necks of their collars and yelled, "Gato is mine," with enough killing intent in his words. "You know you're insane. Those mercenaries aren't enough for us to vent our rage," Sasuke said. "Then don't kill them in haste," Zabuza said, lowering the lads and grabbing his Zanbato. "Fine, you can have him," Naruto said. Zabuza strolled slowly towards Gato, followed by Sasuke and Naruto, who were gathering pace and jogging a little. The three ninjas then charged directly at Gato and the mercenaries, while Naruto charged in front of them, brandishing his recently obtained Tatsumaki with wind swirling around the sword, saying, "Try this on for size." Twister attack. Naruto came to a halt and struck his sword in a diagonal arch, producing a large wind that transformed into several tiny cyclones that charged the soldiers, blowing them away and cutting them. Some of the mercenaries had small wounds all over their bodies, while others had lost limbs. "It's my turn. This is what happens when you piss off a half-demon." Sasuke surged forward like Naruto, charging his new Reime with electricity. Fang, howling. With the sound of a wolf howling, Sasuke slashed his sword in a horizontal arch, unleashing several massive lightning strikes. The lightning storm gathered together and made a path for the soldiers, dispersing at the last minute into several smaller assaults, paralyzing some and shocking others to death. "Now face the wrath of a father protecting his children," Zabuza said as he swung his mighty Zanbato in front of Gato. "I am no longer the demon of the mist," Zabuza exclaimed, sweeping his Zanbato in a vertical arch, severing Gato in two. Come on, it's only two brats and an old man," shouted one of the mercenaries who was stupid enough to keep going. Several mercenaries were paralyzed or lost mobility due to fear, while the majority of the mercenaries who survived charged at the three ninjas when a barrage of kunai, shuriken, needles, demon wind shuriken, a water arrow, and a regular arrow penetrated some of the mercenaries. "Did you forget we're here?" exclaimed Kakashi, as the leaf and mist ninja prepared their weapons. "We're here to reclaim our village as well," exclaimed Inari, carrying a crossbow and surrounded by the entire community, armed with pitchforks and torches. "Sakura, Hinata, exactly as I explained," Kira said. "Right." Both females exclaimed. "I only have enough to help out," Kakashi explained. "I believe I can contribute," Kurenai stated. "Count us in," the demon brothers said simultaneously. "No one ever hurts my father while I'm here," Haku said. "It appears that these idiots want to play rough," exclaimed Kiba. "Akamaru, you growled." "Minor pest," Shino remarked. "Jutsu of the shadow clone. Jutsu for water clone. Jutsu for man-beast clone. Jutsu for bug clone." Kurenai, Kakashi, Sakura, and Hinata, as well as Akamaru and Kiba, had a large number of shadow clones standing next to each other. Shino had 10 clones made from his bugs standing next to the original, and Haku and the demon brothers made several water clones, with the demon brothers donning new claws. "I'm not going to miss out on this action. Jutsu for shadow clone." Several Narutos stood alongside the original. "I'm not letting you have all the fun. Shadow clone jutsu," exclaimed Sasuke, surrounded by clones. "I'm starting to like you guys. Water clone jutsu," exclaimed Zabuza, creating a slew of water clones. "We have no chance against an army of highly trained ninja and an entire village. Not to mention that the guy who hired us was easily killed. I'm getting out of here," exclaimed the soldiers as they attempted to scale down the rope they had climbed, wade to shore, or clamber on several of the vessels they had come in. When the entire community was applauding for them in their triumph, the ninja scattered their clones. Naruto's Tatsumaki reverted to Tempest and was returned to its sheath, while Sasuke's sword reverted to its natural katana shape and was returned to its sheath. "Sorry for attempting to kill you," Zabuza said as everyone in the hamlet fell silent. "I understand if you dislike me," Zabuza said. When Tsunami approached him, most of the locals were still afraid of him. "It's okay. We saw how much you wanted to protect your daughter, so we know you have a good heart. Come on, everyone must be exhausted. How about everyone taking the day off?" Tsunami said with a smile. "I think that's a good idea after today's excitement," Tizuna sighed. When Kira recalled something, the group began following Tsunami back to her home. How did you do that with your blade, Foxy-kun? I don't know, I just felt like I wanted to protect you after what Gato said, and then these words just popped into my head and Tempest evolved into Tatsumaki, Naruto explained. Same here, I grabbed my blade, then I said the words in my head, and my blade evolved into Reime, Sasuke explained. What's that next to your tail? Hinata inquired. When both boys glanced behind them, they were astounded to see Naruto had a second silver fox tail and Sasuke had a second gray wolf tail. How did that happen? Sasuke wondered. It had to be when your blades evolved because you wanted to protect us, Kira speculated. Thank you, Naruto-kun, Hinata said as she kissed Naruto. Anything for my Heims, Naruto said, embracing his friends. Sasuke, I was wondering if maybe, Haku blushed, but was cut off by Zabuza and her siblings. Hold on, Haku. I'd like to get a feel for this person first. Same here, we want to speak with this guy, Maizu said. Zabuza and the demon brothers separated Sasuke from the rest of the party to have a talk with him. Sakura, on the other hand, began studying Haku's face, taking in her characteristics. What are you doing? Haku inquired. Trying to see if you'd be a good candidate to be one of Sasuke-kun's friends, Sakura said, making Haku blush once more. After a while, Zabuza and the demon brothers returned with a paled Sasuke, his tail hair standing on edge on both sides. Are you okay, Sasuke-kun? Sakura inquired, concerned. They said they'd do unspeakable things to me if I hurt Haku, shivered Sasuke. Sakura cradled Sasuke in her arms, soothing him. Sigh. As much as it pains me to say it, you can date him, Haku. He demonstrated his strength and ability to defend you. He also seems to value his girlfriend's opinion, and makes sure there's no dispute every time he gets a new lover, which is acceptable by me, no matter how much it's killing me on the inside, Zabuza mumbled. Hey Tazuna, now that Gato's gone and there's no one to kill, how about naming the bridge? Suggested one of the gang employees. How about, the Great Naruto Bridge, Tazuna suggested as everyone in the community nodded and stared at the group following Tsunami to her house. The following day everyone was chatting and talking over breakfast when Tsunami moved from her seat and said, Everyone, I have an announcement to make. I've decided to relocate to the Leaf Village if you leave, Tsunami stated. Tazuna coughed and spewed out his drink. What's with this all of a sudden? Well, after Naruto rescued me, I gave it some thought and decided that I want Naruto to be a part of our family. Tsunami made Naruto flush as she said, he even started calling me mom, since yesterday when I told him that he will always have a family with us. Besides, Inari's new ambition is to become a ninja like his older brother Naruto. How about completing the bridge? Well, technically, you hired us until you finished your bridge, and we can start teaching Inari some basic taijutsu, ninjutsu, and genjutsu, Kakashi explained. Yeah, exclaimed Inari, raising his fist in the air. It appears that Inari will be a little ahead of the class, Hinata said. Foxy-kun, you can also. Kira said quietly in Naruto's ear. Are you sure, Vixenheim? Naruto inquired. Yep, all you need is one of the blood relatives, Kira said. Okay if you say so, Naruto said, turning to face Tsunami. Mother, could you give me your hand for a minute? He requested. Tsunami stared at him, puzzled. This won't hurt, I promise, Naruto said, pulling out a kunai and cutting his hand, then cutting Tsunami's hand a little and placing both hands together. Tsunami then burst into dark blue flames, which soon died, showing dark blue fox ears and a dark blue fox tail with a light blue tip. Everyone turned to gaze at Inari, who also had fox ears sticking out of his hat and a tiny black fox tail with a gray tip. Tazuna, on the other hand, appeared exactly the same as before. How come I didn't get those? Tazuna wondered. My guess is that you got the same property like not dying of old age, but you didn't want the tails and ears with all your being, so you didn't get a younger looking you, or the fox ears and tails, Kira explained. What? I could have looked youthful. That's not fair, I could have picked up females again, Tazuna cried in cartoon fashion. Sorry, donations are finished, it's just a one-time thing, Kira explained. So, since you see Naruto as a son, I thought it would be nice for him to share his features with his adoptive family, Kira explained to Tsunami, who was now weeping happy tears. It appears that things will be very interesting from now on, Zabuza said as everyone agreed. Sasuke, if you want, you can also call my mother, if you want, Tsunami said. Thank you, Tsunami. I mean mom, Sasuke said, recalling how his mother and Tsunami behaved similarly. Let's go work on a training schedule for you, Inari, Haku said. Actually, I was hoping that you, me, and Sakura could go on a date, Sasuke reddened. Haku just blushed at him and said, yes, I'll go out with you. Looks like I'll be teaching you about stamina squirt first, Naruto said. Thank you, Naruto-Nisan, Inari said. Anything for my new little brother, and your other older brother Sasuke will be teaching you taijutsu, Naruto explained. Inari simply laughed as Naruto tousled his hair once more. Naruto had finally acquired his own family, just as he had always imagined, but this time it was true. A few days later during their stay in Wave Country, Kira, Sakura, Hinata, and Kurenai had worked harder than ever to obtain their second tail. Kira was able to get it quicker because of her connection to Naruto and the fact that her ability was shared. Sakura, Hinata, and Kurenai, on the other hand, worked hard with Kira to acquire enough experience to receive their second tail. Kurenai and Sakura used their shadow clones to train with the girls while teaching Inari and Naruto, who eventually mastered D-rank genjutsu, all about genjutsu, and Sasuke, Shino, Zabuza, Maizu, Gozu, and Kiba helped build the bridge thinking it would be a good weight training method. Kakashi, on the other hand, continued reading his smut, and whenever anyone searched for him to compel him to assist, he mysteriously vanished. Following that, Sasuke and Zabuza taught Inari fundamental taijutsu, with Naruto taking over their turns. Inari rapidly learned protective postures, offensive strikes, and how to plan fast during fights. To his chagrin, Naruto and Kiba resolved to instruct Inari in stamina building. Kira had taught Naruto and Sasuke how to draw gravity seals on their bodies, as well as on Inari, but had discreetly placed one on him when Kiba wasn't watching. Inari struggled to move at first, but with his brother's support, he soon mastered it. Inari weighed about 50 pounds on his complete body because his body was still too tiny to support much weight, unlike Naruto, who weighed 100 pounds like Sasuke. Inari's power and speed were also enhanced by Kiba showing him how to strike with his own claws on a tree stump, and Naruto taught him some rudimentary kitsune techniques. Inari had grown bigger and quicker for his age. Haku, Shino, Gozu, and Maizu deliberated on how to instruct Inari on how to increase his range. Inari learned the weaknesses of the human body and how to strike the center of the target from Haku, how to get near to a target from the Demon Brothers' stealth training, and how to determine a target's distance from Shino. Inari had become the result of everyone's instruction and felt he was on the verge of developing his own second tail. Tsunami was relieved to have a big family and finished packing her things with Inari's assistance when the bridge was completed thanks to everyone's efforts, except Kakashi. As the big party of travelers headed towards their new residence, the villagers applauded the completion of the bridge. Team 7 and Team 8 were going back to the village with their new friends when Naruto interrupted the stillness. "Hey Kira, I just thought of something that occurred to me. Why does your name mean, Killer Demon Fox?" inquired Naruto. "Well, when I was about 300 years old, my parents still couldn't decide what to name me or my brother, but then one night 3 perverted demons broke into our den. My father was soon overwhelmed due to their numbers and had bonded my mother. Fortunately, I attacked the leader swiftly by biting him in the ear, allowing my brother to tackle him to the ground and strike the second one in the testicles. My brother freed our father only to be grabbed by the neck by the third attacker and used to barter for his safety while they raped my mother. I was so enraged that I lost control and rushed at the demon holding my sibling, ripping his limb and head off. Then I charged the second demon who was about to violate my mother, cutting him in half with my claws, and finally I charged the leader of the 3, inserting my claw into his breast and taking out his own beating heart, crushing it with my claws. After that, my parents decided to name me Kira, which means killer, and because our last name means demon fox, my name became Kira Yoko, the killer demon fox, while my brother wanted to be named after our grandfather Hiroshi Yoko, Kira explained, making the entire group cringe. I warned you not to annoy the girls when we first met, Kakashi said to Tazuna, who had turned pallid. Did you know that? No, but I was afraid to ask what would happen if someone ever irritated her. Haku walked alongside Sasuke, happily flaunting her recently acquired black wolf ears and 2 black wolf tails. Over the course of the days, it became clear that Haku and Sasuke had a lot in common because they both witnessed their families being murdered in front of them, with Haku's family being murdered by her own father. The Mizukage had ordered the execution of all tribes with bloodlines in the Mist Village, causing Haku's mother to flee and fall in love with her father. However, when Haku was a child, she unintentionally triggered her lineage, causing her mother to worry when her father witnessed what Haku did while returning from a fishing excursion over a hill. Haku's father collected some locals and murdered her mother first, then went after her when she used her bloodline to slay him and the villagers. Following that, Sasuke, Sakura, and Haku became so close that Sasuke requested Zabuza's approval to marry Haku. "Alright, Zabuza, how did you become a rogue ninja?" Kakashi inquired. "I've been plotting the Mizukage's assassination since he assumed the role and went insane with power." He ordered the execution of anyone who denied him, ordered that the Ninja Academy's final exam be an all-out battle royale in which the losers must die and the person who spared them must die alongside the person they spared, and cut the military fund as an excuse to pass those laws. People believed he was insane, and the ninja community began to revolt. I led the first effort, but it failed, causing me to flee and hide, transforming me into a rogue ninja. Now you know, Zabuza said. The party arrived at the village gate, where 2 chunin stood watch. Halt! Who goes there? The first officer asked. It's us. Team 7 has Kakashi Hatake, and Team 8 has Kurenai Yuhi. You're correct. Then how do you explain why a missing ninja is relentlessly following you, or why Kurenai Yuhi has those ears and tails like him? Said the second officer, gesturing to Naruto. Because if I hadn't come here peacefully, you'd be dead right now, Zabuza explained. And I became engaged to Naruto Uzumaki, which explains my features. So leave my partner alone, Kurenai warned. Chunin both gulped but maintained their stances. It's alright, the Hokage told me that Zabuza Momochi and company are expected. An Anbu ninja donning a cat mask said. You can let them go, the cat Anbu said. I recognize that disguise, Sasuke pondered. Yugo-san? Is that you, Sasuke-kun? Yugo hugged Sasuke and rubbed his ears, making Sakura and Haku envious. Alright, everyone. This is why Yugo Uezuki, Sasuke stammered. What makes Sasuke-kun so nervous? Does he like this Anbu girl? Wondered Sakura. She's lovely, but Sasuke is Sakura-chan's and my fiancé, Haku reasoned. You've grown since the last time I saw you and that fateful day, Sasuke. I'm glad you're okay, and I can tell you've grown stronger, Yugo said. He's also very attractive, but I shouldn't think that way. I must be no better than his fan females lusting after his physique, but my infatuation began the first time Itachi brought him in. I must be a pervert, because I don't believe he prefers older women, Yugo inwardly groaned. Yugo glanced at Sasuke behind her mask as the party entered the hamlet. Keep calm, Sasuke, even though she's one of the most gorgeous females I've ever encountered in my life, second only to Sakura and Haku, Sasuke inwardly thought. Sasuke-kun, are you alright? Sakura and Haku approached Sasuke, drawing him behind the entire group. You keep blushing around this girl, Sakura said quietly. Do you like her? Haku inquired. Well, you see, when I was a kid, Itachi Aniki took me to his job, and I developed a crush on her, Sasuke blushed. Oh, that makes sense. It appears she's developed a crush on you, but I'm sure she thinks she's one of your fangirls, Sakura murmured. How do you know? Haku inquired. Because if you look closely at the edge of her mask, she keeps blushing every time she's near Sasuke, Sakura explained. Perhaps we can talk to her and see if she's a good candidate, Haku said quietly. Are you sure? Sasuke reddened at what the 2 females were saying. Sasuke-kun, you like her, and it's only natural for us to have someone you like, plus that body. Drooled Sakura. Looks like I rubbed off on Sakura-chan, Haku chuckled. The Hokage Tower, get away from him Naruto, Sasuke, Iruka said as he pulled out a kunai and charged directly at Zabuza, only to be caught by Zabuza with one hand, causing the kunai to point at Iruka's back. Naruto, Sasuke, flee. This guy is a thief. Iruka-sensei, don't worry, Zabuza came here of his own free will to ask the Hokage a question, Naruto said as Zabuza let Iruka go. I take it you're the fox boy's father figure, Zabuza said as Iruka nodded slowly. Why have you come here to the hidden leaf village, Zabuza Momochi? Inquired the Hokage diplomatically. I came here to ask you to join the leaf village, Zabuza explained. The council members surrounding the Hokage began muttering amongst themselves about allowing a criminal to enter their ninja ranks. Is there anything else you'd like to ask me? The Hokage inquired. I also want my children to join your village's ninja ranks, Zabuza said, making every council member widen their eyes and lower their jaws to the floor. When another Sarutobi arrived with a camera, snapping a fast photo, the Hokage chuckled out loud. That's going next to the Hyuga elders picture. Oh, that reminds me, here, the second Sarutobi said, giving Naruto an envelope. Naruto opened the package with his pinky claw, pulling out a picture, and burst out cackling, gripping his sides and rolling around on the floor. Everyone was perplexed until Kiba took the picture, at which point every leaf ninja congregated behind him to see what it was. The picture had bug-eyed Hyuga elders with their jaws dropped to the floor and 3 clutching their chests as if they were having a heart attack, while another looked like the rest of the Hyuga elders except with his head touching the floor, making him look like a sitting statue, and someone knocked him over, indicating that he was having a stroke. Everyone began snickering, unable to control their mirth, until everyone was laughing out loud, clutching their sides like Naruto. Ha, 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 it hurts to breathe, heh, heh, heh. Naruto exclaimed. What do you think is going on? Maizu asked quietly. Must be a leaf ninja thing, Gozu murmured. When everyone had recovered their calm, the group gathered in front of the Hokage and the council members, waiting for his answer. I needed to laugh. Zabuza Momochi, I would grant you permission to join the Leaf Village unless there are 2 other people with the rank of Jonin or higher who will vouch for you and your family, he says. I will vouch for him, Kakashi said again, perusing his smut. Why don't you put that away? I will also vouch for him, Kurenai said. Very well, then, I'd like a full report on what happened in Wave from the 3 of you before I bestow citizenship on these 4. However, Zabuza and his family will be monitored as a precautionary measure for the community, according to Sarutobi. Fine by me, Zabuza said, and the 3 mist assassins agreed. Now I'd like to know why Tazuna is here with. I'm sorry, but I don't know your name, the Hokage said, motioning to Tsunami with her baby behind her knees. I'm Tsunami, Tazuna's daughter, and this is Inari, my son. The 3 of us would like to become Leaf Village residents, and I would like to adopt Naruto and Sasuke, Tsunami said sweetly. By all means, madam. Are you kidding me? Who would want to foster this spoiled brat? Just adopt Uchiha-san. One council member suggested. This young man has. I don't care if you're talking about Naruto's history. Tsunami described both of them as my own sons. They hate me because I have the Kyuubi no Kitsune, who attacked the village by accident when I was born, Naruto said quietly, lowering his head. Tsunami simply stared at him and embraced him lovingly. This is outrageous. That demon deserves to die. Uchiha-san has died. You have no idea what I went through. When I was down, Naruto was there to brighten me up, not you. He was there to assist ease the grief of my family's death, not you. He behaved like a brother to me, and all I could do was observe as he inflicted all of his suffering on himself, with no one to call family, friend, or loved one. If anything, he deserves a mother like Tsunami, and there's nothing you can do to stop them, screamed Sasuke, activating his Sharingan and crying as he remembered one of Naruto's beatings when he discovered him in a back alley. As I was saying, Tsunami, you are more than welcome to adopt Naruto and Sasuke, and I see Kurenai should be added to Naruto's fiancé list, the Hokage said, making Kurenai blush and every male council member gasp at how gorgeous she appears with her new features, along with Sakura Haruno and Haku. Haku Momochi, Haku blushed, causing every male council member to gasp at how gorgeous Haku was, particularly with her features. To Sasuke Uchiha, Haku Momochi. How about you, Tsunami-san? The Hokage inquired. Well, Naruto shared his features with me, I'm not really his fiancé, and the transfusion affected my son as well, Tsunami explained as Inari continued to clutch his mother's thigh. Actually, Hokage-sama, could you hold on for a second? Sakura asked. Why? Wondered the perplexed Hokage. We just need to talk to Yugo-san for a minute, Sakura explained. Sakura and Haku virtually pulled Yugo outside before slamming the door, leaving everyone staring at it in confusion. I don't get it, Naruto said. Try not to think about it so you don't get a headache, murmured Sasuke. I'll grant citizenship to Tazuna and his family, and I need you and Zabuza to sign these adoption papers to make it official that Tsunami adopts Sasuke and Naruto, as well as Zabuza with his children, said the Hokage, looking at the council member who yelled. I've also given you the keys to your temporary apartments until I can find a better place for all of you to live, said the Hokage. Considering how empty the Uchiha complex is, I can donate a lot of space to them, Sasuke explained. Thank you, Sasuke, so that takes care of living quarters, the Hokage said as he reached into his desk and pulled out adoption documents. The door opened, revealing a small boy about Inari's age wearing a yellow shirt with the leaf symbol, gray shorts, a gray helmet with a small bundle of hair sticking out, and a long blue scarf. You're mine, old man, yelled the small child when he stepped on his scarf, causing him to trip. Someone tripped me. You weren't it, was it? Yelled the tiny kid, pointing to Naruto. News flash shrimp, I'm all the way here, and you're all the way over there. You tripped over your scarf, Naruto said, crossing his arms. Huh, that's what you want me to think, the small kid said. Hey. Naruto Nisan did not commit the crime. He's been standing here the whole time, exclaimed Inari. It's just you and me, little boy. I'm not small. We're the same age and height. Both lads snarled at each other, gazing furiously at each other as electricity clashed as their gazes met. Honorable grandson, said a guy strolling in, sporting a black shirt and shorts, sunglasses that matched chinos, and a bandana with the leaf emblem emblazoned on it. Oh no, not you, Ebisu, the child said. Honorable grandson, you shouldn't be associating with this riffraff, said Ebisu, staring at Naruto coldly until his eyes landed on Tsunami, swiftly appearing on one knee clutching Tsunami's hand. Good evening, my beloved woman. It was destiny that brought us together for. Slap. Tsunami grabbed her hand and slapped Ebisu, knocking him to the ground. Anyone who talks bad about my son is worse than garbage, Tsunami said. Now my dear lady, you're just confused about this. Ebisu got down on one knee and took Tsunami's hand again. Aruka cut Ebisu off again with a kunai, saying, Ebisu, you pervert, can't you see she's not interested? I should have known, Aruka. Only you would defend this societal outcast, but what do you know about anything? I'm a highly trained jonin, and you're a lowly chunin, and you should learn when to respect your superiors, Ebisu said as Aruka rushed at him. Aruka was about to attack Ebisu when he collided with a tree. As you can see, you couldn't even. Shadow clone jutsu, shouted Naruto as shadow clones flooded the room. A weak little genin now wants to fight me. Hey, ready? Said Ebisu as he assumed an attacking taijutsu posture. Sexy jutsu, grinned one of Naruto's shadow clones. Each shadow clone transformed into a group of naked females with 2 pigtails and smoke concealing their private parts. Oh Ebisu! Exclaimed each of the females, causing Ebisu's jaw to drop as the real Naruto disguised as a nude girl struck him with an uppercut, otherwise known as harem jutsu, declared Naruto, canceling the jutsu. What is it with you and that jutsu? Screamed Aruka, striking Naruto on the head, while every man in the room, except Sasuke, had tissue paper up their nostrils, holding back the blood from their nosebleed, causing Tsunami to laugh and Aruka to flush. Sasuke smacked his brow, humiliated by Naruto's methods, but he had to acknowledge that he did put out the pervert who was hitting on their new mother. Hey, you blonde idiot, teach me that trick, exclaimed the Hokage's grandson. Why should I? Questioned Naruto. Because you smashed my sensei, you idiot. Listen kid, if you want to ask someone for something, you're not going to get it if you keep calling them idiots, Naruto said, grabbing the back of the boy's shirt and hoisting him up. He's the Hokage's grandson, Naruto, Aruka sighed as Naruto stared at the youngster. Just like everyone else, that's it. Now he'll lay me down and address me as honorable grandson, just like everyone else. Why can't people just accept me for who I am? Wondered the youngster. Naruto keeps staring at the kid while lifting him up by his shirt. Put me down, idiot, or my grandpa will make sure you never become a ninja, said the boy who poked Naruto in the brow. I don't care if he's your grandmother. Slapped Naruto on the temple. Why you hit me? The tiny child asked, holding his bump. Well duh kid, it's up to you to learn to respect your elders, pipsqueak. Naruto exclaimed. Stop referring to me as a pipsqueak, Konohamaru is my name. What kind of name is Konohamaru? Asked Inari, irritated at the boy's mockery of his elder sibling. Inari, exclaimed Tsunami. I'm sorry, Mom, Inari said. What kind of name is Inari? Konohamaru mocked as the two lads continued to stare at each other. My dear lady, I can also train your son, and I can. Ebisu was stopped once more by Inari punching him, sending him hurtling into the wall as Inari rushed again, flexing his talons just like Kiba taught him. Go kid! Kiba exclaimed, your claws are effective with every hit, no matter how weak. Inari leapt into the air, twirling in midair and hitting Ebisu's stomach, ripping his shirt. Strike without mercy, Zabuza said as Inari stood on top of Ebisu's torso. When you get close, show them what true fear is, Maizu said as Inari backflipped, striking Ebisu's jawline and sending him soaring upwards as Inari leapt into the air directly in front of Ebisu's face. When they realize it's too late to react, hit them where it hurts, Gozu said as Inari punched Ebisu in the stomach. Concentrate your demonic chakra into your hand and into a small blue flame, then manipulate it to do what you want it to do, Naruto said as Inari drew back his left hand. Inari dashed forward, Foxfire, he yelled, burning Ebisu's garments. Use your opponent's weight against them, Sasuke said as Inari seized Ebisu's left arm and they both began to descend to the ground. As Ebisu slammed into the room's wooden floor, Inari tugged down on his hand, causing him to be in front of him. Inari leapt back, pulling a shuriken from his pocket. Aim for your target's weak spot, take note of the weapon you're using and its features, then release, Shino said, pushing back on his spectacles. As the weapon swirled in midair, Inari unleashed it, striking his target region between Ebisu's thighs near his crotch. Ebisu was there, wide-jawed and sweating rounds so profusely that the firearm nearly robbed him of his masculinity. Except for the Hokage, everyone in the room had the same look as Ebisu when Inari fell in a crouching posture. The youngster shows promise. I assume everyone taught you because almost everyone gave you advice while you acted as if you already knew what to do, said the Hokage. Yep, Inari said, wiggling his tail. My strong little ninja, Tsunami said, carrying Inari and pressing her head against him. Mom! Exclaimed Inari, mortified by his mother's remark. Konohamaru stood there, bug-eyed at what he had just witnessed. Please teach me, he implored Naruto. Sigh, it can't be helped, but I'll only teach you one thing, Naruto explained. Me too, Naruto-Nisan, Inari said. Fine, but you two must promise to work hard to become great ninja, Naruto said. We promise, both boys said at the same moment. You're popular with the kids, Foxy-kun, Kira observed. I'm sure you're all tired after your mission. You can take the rest of the day off to relax, Sarutobi said. When the door opened, everyone in the group bowed, and Yugo leapt on Sasuke, tackling him to the ground with Yugo on top and Sasuke on the bottom. Sasuke-kun. Sakura-chan and Haku-chan said I can be one of your wives for passing their test, Yugo said as they both blushed, realizing their position, causing every male in the room to have a massive nosebleed for the third time today, propelling them to the floor. Bear, said the Hokage, his palm trembling as he held on to the desk for equilibrium. An Anbu in a bear disguise emerged and looked around at the bloody scene. Tell the hospital to have all of their blood transfusion equipment ready for everyone in this room due to the amount of blood loss, the Hokage said. May I ask, what just happened here? Inquired the Anbu. Too many intimate thoughts with beautiful women, the Hokage complained. Forest of hidden leaves, all right, boys, what do you want to learn? Naruto inquired. Sexy jutsu, exclaimed both guys excitedly. What? Are you two insane? First and foremost, Inari, our mother would kill me if I showed you that, and second, why do you want to learn that? Questioned Naruto. Well, I asked Mom before I left, and she was fine with it, Inari explained. You've got to be kidding me, murmured Naruto, his brow furrowed and his eyes and ears twitching. No, I just stared at her with sad puppy eyes until she caved, and she thought it would be good to stun that pervert in case he hit on her again, Inari explained. And if their perverts are like Ebisu, we can catch them off guard, Konohamaru said. Help me, Naruto said, his perspiration dripping. Let's see how much you know. I want the two of you to transform as much as you can into girls, Naruto said. Right, both lads exclaimed, transform. Inari wore an adorable pink dress and had long hair, as well as normal ears with no tail. Konohamaru, on the other hand, had the appearance of a big fat lady with an ugly visage. Well, Inari only scratched the surface, but Konohamaru still needs a lot of work, Naruto said, crossing his arms. Hey, that's not fair, Konohamaru exclaimed. You probably taught him more than I did. Not really, all I was thinking about him was how to increase his stamina. Today was the first time he saw me perform that jutsu like you, Naruto explained. Naruto took the boys around the village, showing them what a gorgeous female appears like in various locations while avoiding the hot springs and any other location that Naruto deemed a pervert's paradise. When the three returned to their initial location in the forest, it was time for Inari and Konohamaru to apply what they had learned. Alright boys, let's see what you've got, Naruto said, transform. Both boys shouted. Inari had improved. He now resembled a gorgeous woman with long, black hair wrapped in a ponytail, D-cup breasts, and a slender hourglass figure, making Inari appear timid and innocent. Konohamaru's appearance had also improved significantly, with a slim hourglass figure, D-cup breasts, hair that reached the base of the neck and curled upwards near the tip, and two bangs near the eyes, giving Konohamaru the appearance of an untamed girl. Not bad you two, I think you got the hang of it, Naruto said as Inari and Konohamaru returned to their usual applause. There you are, honorable grandson. I've been searching everywhere for you. It's time to resume your training, Ebisu said from a nearby tree limb. No way, Konohamaru exclaimed, I'd rather train with Naruto-Nisan. Why would you want to train with this jerk when I can train you faster to achieve your goal? You're correct, Konohamaru exclaimed. I learned more from Naruto-Nisan in one day than you did in the entire 2 weeks you trained me. Please, what can you possibly learn from this con artist? Nothing but pranks, Ebisu explained. Then I challenge you, Konohamaru exclaimed. Me, too, exclaimed Inari. Ah, the previous little child. You caught me off guard, but if I show your mother that I can make you powerful, she'll fall in love with me, Ebisu daydreamed and laughed foolishly, making the three boys sweat. So tell me, how are the two of you going to beat me if you don't even know one simple jutsu? Ebisu asked as he approached the lads. Transform! Exclaimed both lads as energy swirled around them. Ebisu was taken aback when both guys changed into their sexy forms. Aw man, he didn't go down, Konohamaru said as both boys changed back. Then let's try a different approach, said Inari, charging Ebisu and ready to strike. But this time several blurred objects passed Inari, causing Inari to halt. The hazy objects were kunai with paper explosives wound around the handle, which landed near Ebisu's feet. Boom! The kunai bombs detonated, sending Ebisu soaring into the air and falling in a random location throughout the hamlet. Man, I can't stand perverts, especially those who lust after mom, Naruto said. Wow, Naruto-Nisan, you're the best, Konohamaru exclaimed. No problem, by the way, what's your dream? Naruto inquired. My ambition is to become the next Hokage, exclaimed Konohamaru, raising his hand in the air. No way kid, I'm the next Hokage, believe it, Naruto exclaimed. Fine then, it looks like we'll be rivals from now on, said Konohamaru as the two shook palms. Well, it's getting late, and I should probably get going. See you later, Konohamaru exclaimed as he ran back towards his home. Come on, Squirt, we'd better get home too, Naruto said, carrying Inari on his shoulders as the two brothers strolled towards the Uchiha complex, where they now resided with their families. A week later, Naruto and Kira awoke early the next morning, dressed in their normal attire with their trench coats over their clothes and cloaks concealing their bodies, and decided to go pick up Hinata to help move her belongings to the section of the Uchiha compound that Sasuke had donated to them so that the Hyuga elders wouldn't try to do anything against Hinata's will. When Kira and Naruto arrived at the Hyuga compound, the Guardians, who were always branch members, grinned. Greetings, Naruto-sama and Kira-sama, the officer said. Come on, you guys know us better than that, just call us by our names instead, Naruto said. As you wish, Naruto, one of the guards said, beaming. Hinata-sama is expecting you. We'll show you where you can wait, said the second officer who was accompanying Naruto and Kira. Thank you, Kira and Naruto said as he showed them where they should wait. ONIICHAN, exclaimed Naruto as he opened the door. Hanabi emerged in the entryway and threw Naruto to the ground. Up. Morning Hanabi-chan, Naruto said, his irises swirling, as Hanabi rubbed her head against Naruto's chest purring and wagging her little tail, Kira laughing at the adorable scenario in front of her. Hanabi had obtained her adorable little fox ears in a brown tail with a light brown tip after their exit to Wave, as her sister is now a half-fox demon. Because Neji is related to Hanabi, it appears that both Coyote and Fox Chakra cancelled each other out until Kira explained that Hanabi could choose which one she wanted when the three were surprised to see Hanabi with Fox features tackling Naruto in the same manner after they returned from their mission. Because Hanabi is close to her sibling, she subconsciously wished to be like her, triggering the effect. Hanabi then viewed Naruto as a sibling, as he will be when he marries Hinata. Hiyashi, on the other hand, received the same characteristics as Tazuna, but he, too, did not want the features. However, the remainder of the Hyuga clan members did not acquire the attributes, which perplexed everyone, including Kira. After hearing the experience with Tsunami and Inari, Hiyashi suggested that only members of the clan that Hinata deemed deserving were impacted, because most main branch members weren't very polite to her because of the Hyuga elders. Naruto-kun, Kira-san, welcome, Hiyashi said as he appeared behind Hanabi. Kira lifted up Hanabi, who began wagging her tail again and embraced Kira. One-ichan, Hanabi purred. Naruto-kun, Kira-san, I have an important request to make of both of you and Hinata, but I will wait for her, Hiyashi said solemnly. When Hinata entered with 2 suitcases, Naruto and Kira seated down. Now that we're all together, Naruto-kun, Kira-san, I'd like to request that Hanabi live with you as well. I'm afraid of what the Hyuga elders would do to her if they discovered her features, because Hanabi can't sustain a genjutsu for long, and Neji lives in his own apartment outside the Hyuga complex, Hiyashi expressed worry. Kira and Naruto exchanged glances and began to smile. Sure, Hiyashi-sama, we don't mind living with Hanabi-chan. Besides, I think mother would enjoy having an adorable little girl with fox features living with us, Naruto said, teasing Hanabi and making her laugh. Thank you, Naruto-kun, Hiyashi said relievedly, but she will still come back here to finish her gentle fist training, Hiyashi said, as both Naruto and Kira nodded, knowing what he meant. This is Hanabi-chan's bag. It's full of her clothes and accessories, Hinata said, giving Naruto one big bag. Naruto, Kira, Hinata, and Hanabi returned to the Uchiha compound to leave Hanabi off, where Tsunami immediately embraced her like a charming doll. Ah, she's adorable, so cute and soft to cuddle, Tsunami said while playing with Hanabi's ears. Well, Mom, we have to go. Kakashi-sensei is waiting for us, Naruto said as he kissed his mother goodbye and made his way to the Uchiha compound, where Sasuke was waiting. Sorry for the delay, Naruto apologized. Forget about it, I just got here, Sasuke said. So, Sasuke, any news on Haku and her family? Naruto inquired. The Hokage told Zabuza that he could stay in his section of the compound if he wanted, and he was given the status of a jonin. The Demon Brothers have been granted the rank of chunin and are presently on an assignment. As for Haku, her tracking ability rivals that of an Anbu, and her ninjutsu is excellent, but she still needs work on genjutsu and taijutsu, Sasuke said. Didn't you think Haku was great at taijutsu? Kira inquired. She only appears to be excellent because she uses those mirrors to help her, but her taijutsu is only average, so the Hokage assigned her to a genin team, Kurenai's team to be exact, Sasuke explained. So, Kurenai Heim is instructing Haku? She'll be strong in no time, Naruto said with a sly grin. When Team 7 arrived at Training Ground 7, they were met by a vacant field. Looks like we have time to kill, Naruto grumbled. I wonder where he really goes. Hinata wondered. I don't care. If he's late, he's late. Right now, I just want to get some training in before we bore ourselves to death with D-rank missions again, Sasuke explained. Naruto and Sasuke sparred with their recently obtained swords, with Naruto also attempting to use Blaze to see if he could awaken his final two swords. Kira and Hinata sparred as well, with Hinata merging her gentle fist training and her bow to extend her range of attacks and see if she could target chakra points from a distance. Kira, on the other hand, was practicing her swordplay with her blade. After 2.5 hours, yo, Kakashi said, his face immersed in his book and his customary salutation. When Kakashi didn't hear anything back, he set his book down to see a tiny silver fox snuggled up with a dark blue and red fox sleeping together, as well as a gray wolf sleeping alone. Kakashi reached into his weapons bag and pulled out a long whistle, blowing on it while wearing his helmet, but no sound came out. The three foxes and wolf, however, yelped and transformed into Naruto, Hinata, Kira, and Sasuke, each shielding their delicate ears. What was that for, Kakashi? Exclaimed Sasuke. You four were sleeping. What else was I supposed to do? Kakashi wondered. How about showing up on time for once, Kira suggested. My ears hurt, Hinata said, massaging her ears. Geez, Kakashi-sensei, the only reason we were sleeping was to spar with our new weapons. Naruto rubbed his ears. Let's get started, you have a lot of missions to complete today, Kakashi said, smiling. Naruto and Sasuke shouted, do not change the subject. Throughout the day, Team 7 did nothing but simple D-ranked tasks, each time using their shadow clones to do the work while they sat on a nearby tree and watched their clones do their work. Yawn, it's a lovely day, ideal for a nap. It's a shame it's being squandered on such trivial matters, Kira observed. On days like these, I was hoping to take my friends on a picnic or something, Naruto said. You're so romantic, Naruto-kun, Hinata exclaimed, making Naruto flush. After their last mission, Team 7 was on their way to the Hokage Tower when Kakashi noticed a falcon soaring by. Is it already that time? Wondered Kakashi. Hey, why don't you take the rest of the day off? I'll go hand in the report to the Hokage, Kakashi said as he vanished in a cloud of smoke. Like he gave us a choice, but I'm not complaining if it's a day off, Kira said. How about we go to Ichiraku Ramen? I haven't seen old man Tucci and Ayame-chan in a long time, suggested Naruto. Sigh, fine, I'll entertain you for now, but you owe me from my tea stand, Sasuke said. Ichiraku Ramen Restaurant. Hey, old man, exclaimed Naruto, greeting Tucci as normal. Well, my number one customer has finally decided to show himself again, Tucci said, scratching the back of Naruto's head. Naruto-kun, you returned. Naruto-kun, thank goodness you're alive. I don't know what would have happened if I lost you. Don't you know how heartbroken I would have been without seeing the man I love, said Ayame, speaking quickly without realizing what she was saying until she froze in place blushing like a red tomato. I think Foxy-kun only attracts older women, Kira said, as Hinata and Sasuke stared at Ayame, mouths agape. Stammered Ayame, while Tucci smiled at his daughter. Ha. Well, it looks like we might become related, Naruto, Tucci joked, making Naruto blush. How about we all go on a date later, Ayame-chan? After all, Rose-chan, Angel-chan, and I have to approve of you before you can marry Foxy-kun, Kira explained. Rose-chan? Naruto and Hinata inquired. Kurenai-chan is intelligent, athletic, strong, and quite attractive, especially considering her popularity among men. I decided to give her a nickname, Rose-chan, like her personality, because her weapon was a beautiful rose with thorns, Kira explained. I like it, Naruto said. That sounds like a great idea, Hinata said, making Ayame flush even more as she tried to repress all her perverted thoughts about Naruto and her with his other friends. So, Naruto, what can I get you? Tucci inquired, breaking the atmosphere. Ramen with shrimp. And make it 10 containers, said Naruto, ignoring what had just happened when asked what ramen to consume. 2 vegetable ramen please. I've got to watch my weight, Kira said. I'll have 2 steak ramen, Hinata said respectfully. Give me 5 chicken ramen, Sasuke said. Do you all have big stomachs now? Chuchi laughed. Demonic chakra drains a person's energy, Sasuke explained. The Hokage tower with the room filled of jonin and chunin. Kakashi emerged in a puff of vapor in front of the Hokage's desk. Thank you for being on time, Kakashi. As you all know, it's that time of year again, the yearly chunin exam selection, said Sarutobi. We hold this competition with neighboring villages every 2 years to extend our hand in friendship and, hopefully, strengthen our alliance with the other villages. However, we will have 2 distinguished guests this year, the Kage and Raikage. Everyone in the room was taken aback when they learned that 3 of the 5 famous cages would be in one place, the Leaf Village. The Raikage of the village hidden in the clouds has sent us an apologetic letter, saying that the samurai who visited us a few years back were not the true emissaries. They were actually conspirators attempting to compel him to steal the Byakugan from the Hyuga family. When he refused, they kidnapped the actual ambassador and assumed their position. He, his wife, and their daughter will be joining us during the chunin exam, with his daughter taking the chunin exam, Sarutobi explained. Did you notify Hiyashi Hyuga, sir? Inquired a casual chunin. Yes, the Hyuga clan has already been notified of the news. Moving on to more important things, which of you would like to propose their teams? Crossing his palms, the Hokage inquired. I, Gai Mito, propose my team. They have demonstrated quite youthful skills and are more than ready to compete, Gai said, striking an unusual pose. I swear he gets stranger and weirder every day, Kakashi thought, not glancing up from his book. I, Kakashi Hatake, also nominate Team 7 to participate in the exam, Kakashi said. What? Kakashi, you can't be sincere, they're not prepared, exclaimed Iruka. Lord Hokage, please, I know Sasuke, Naruto, and Hinata's abilities and they're not. Listen, Iruka, I know you intend well and remember them from when they were pupils, but they're now my pupils. You haven't realized that Kira has helped them in some areas, as well as some demonic chakra control, but I've seen the potential in those 4, and they are more than ready, Kakashi said, causing Iruka flinch. Come on Kakashi, come on. I held back my team, so why don't you let your team gain some experience? Suggested Gai. Gai, when I became a chunin, I was about Naruto's age. Besides, if they succeed, they'll be promoted, and if they don't, they'll have gained some experience, Kakashi explained. My name is Asuma Sarutobi, and I'd like to nominate Team 10. They've demonstrated to be quite adept at teamwork and using their family jutsus like their dads, Asuma said. Team 8 will also be nominated by me, Kurenai Yuhi. Sakura has grown quite well in Genjutsu, Kiba has learned a great deal of his family's jutsu, Shino is an excellent fighter, and Haku is quite a fast learner, Kurenai said as all the guys except Kakashi, Iruka, and Sarutobi stared at her and her new features, erotic furry porn running through their heads. Don't make me hurt all of you, Kurenai said in a deadly tone, causing everyone to recoil and back away from her. Asuma was the only one foolish enough to approach her, so Kurenai, about my actions. Forget about it, Asuma. I no longer like you. You've shown me that you can't always be faithful to the person you adore. All of that changed because of one guy, and now I'm engaged to that man who understands how to respect a woman, Kurenai explained. What? Asuma was taken aback. I thought the ears and tails would be obvious, Naruto Uzumaki Kazama, Kurenai said as she wiggled her tail in front of Asuma. You're not serious, he's only a child. As much as I'd like to hear about your personal relationship, I recommend you take it outside, Sarutobi advised. Is there anyone else who would like to nominate their team? Nobody else said anything as the Hokage waited a few more seconds before saying, meeting adjourned then. Ramen from Ichiraku. Man, I'm full, Naruto said, massaging his tummy. I could swear Tucci taught you how to cook if I hadn't been there when Ayame-chan taught you how to cook, Kira said. The meal was delicious, Tucci-san, Hinata said. Please, old man, or Tucci is sufficient. After all, you assisted my number 1 client in finding pleasure in his life, Tucci smiled. How much do we owe you? Sasuke inquired. Think about it on the house, Tucci said, feeling charitable. Team 7 wouldn't have it, so they put their money on the table and said their goodbyes to Tucci and Ayame. How do you feel, Angel-chan? What about Ayame-chan? Inquired Kira. Well, she's pretty and she really likes Naruto-kun. She's also known him for a lengthier period of time, so I'd say she's on the verge of getting my support, but I'd say let's go on that date you mentioned and see where it goes, Hinata said. Fine by me, Kira said, placing her hands behind her back. Team 7 was strolling down the street when they noticed Konohamaru and 2 other children. Konohamaru was being held by the shirt by a man dressed entirely in black, with two cat-like limbs under the hood and a big mummified unknown object with what appeared to be fur protruding out on top. Next to him was a girl with blonde hair knotted in 4 pigtails, a fishnet blouse with a lavender shirt on top, matching skirt, and a red sash around her waist, and wearing her headband around her neck, with both samurai wearing a headband with a sign other than the leaf symbol. Sasuke vanished, leaving Naruto, Kira, and Hinata to defend themselves, while Hinata summoned her bow and shot a water projectile between the guy and Konohamaru, causing him to let go of Konohamaru. Naruto and Kira emerged between Konohamaru and his companions, with Hinata behind them, preparing to attack with another water arrow. "Whoever you were, that was your only warning shot," Hinata said, her Byakugan engaged and targeting several chakra spots. "Hey kid, it was his fault for throwing a rock at me," the enigmatic stranger said. "I apologized and said I threw it by accident," Konohamaru explained. "Accident or not," he apologized. "Besides, you two shouldn't be here at all. This is our community," Naruto said. "We have permission to enter from the village hidden in the sand. Here's our passport," the blonde girl said, holding up formal paperwork in her passport. "We're here for the chunin exams." "Chunin exams?" Kira inquired. "It's the exams that all genin take to become chunin," the female stated. "Yeah, but now this little jerk will pay with his life for throwing a rock at me," exclaimed the man. "Why don't you play with someone your own size?" said Sasuke, perched in a neighboring tree, throwing another pebble. "Kankuro, you can't be serious," said the girl as the man dropped his mummified package to the ground with a large loud thud. "Tamari, stop talking. These guys want to fight," exclaimed Kankuro. "Kankuro, calm down or I'll kill you," an enigmatic monotone voice next to Sasuke warned. Sasuke turned to see a boy with blazing red hair that rivaled Kira's hair, bright green eyes with black circles surrounding his eyes, a fishnet shirt, a black shirt on top, black pants, a white sash that crossed his body, the kanji for love on his right temple, and a large container on his back. "Gara?" stuttered the lad, while the female looked as if she was staring death in the face. "I didn't even detect him," exclaimed Sasuke. "Sorry about that," the enigmatic boy said monotonously as he vanished in a whirlwind of sand and reappeared next to his two companions. "All right, let's go." "Konohamaru, I'd think it'd be best if you left for home, or wherever you should be right now," Naruto said as Konohamaru and his companions left. "I recognize that smell anywhere, but something is amiss," Kira reasoned. When Kira asked, "Where do you think you're going?" the boy and his two companions began to move in the opposite direction. "Ichibi no Shukaku, the raccoon dog with one tail? How do you know about the demon inside me?" the boy known as Gara asked, his other two companions gazing at him with concern and dread. "Not here, somewhere more private," Kira said. "Lead the way," Gara said. Team 7 and the Sand Ninja vanished in a flurry of various elements, only to resurface in Training Ground 7. "There, now get it woman. How do you know about the demon?" Gara said impatiently. "Because I recognize that scent you're emitting, and you see, I, too, am a demon," Kira exclaimed, "the Kyuubi no Kitsune, the 9-tailed fox, so I order you Shukaku to show yourself." The cork from Gara's receptacle undid itself as sand poured out, preparing to envelop Gara, who was terrified. Kira dashed over to him and performed a half-ram seal on his brow with her index and middle fingers. Gara's mental landscape. Kira was strolling around in the dark when she noticed a little Gara, about 4 years old, sobbing and clutching a teddy bear. "Hey there, why are you crying?" Kira asked, sisterly. "I'm as scared," Gara admitted. "Of what?" inquired Kira. Just then, a giant golden caged door, similar to the one she was imprisoned in, appeared, but it appeared disoriented, with the little paper with the kanji for zeal sloppily put on the door. "I need blood. I need blood. Kill. Kill," yelled a homicidal voice from within the prison. Kira peered inside and saw a large raccoon-like creature with golden eyes and cross-shaped irises with 4 distinct marks between the space, black where it was supposed to be white, blue line patterns all over its body that appeared to be made of sand, and a long spiky tail. "That isn't the Ichibi no Shukaku I recall," Kira thought, shifting her gaze to the terrified Gara. "Can you tell me what kind of seal is used to keep this demon locked?" "I believe it's a 3-prong seal," Gara said. "I see," Kira said. "An unusual number stamp, but it appears that whoever did it incorrectly. If I recall properly from my demonic seal training, I believe I can assist this equipment." "Okay, here we go, please God let this work," Kira mentally pleaded. "Here I come. Demonic sealing arts, 5-prong demonic seal." 5 light blue flames emerged in Kira's fingers, each with a distinct kanji, and charged the tiny paper seal. When the 3 blue flames were consumed by the seal, making it shine blue, Kira pushed her palm forward, striking her mark above the kanji as the cage binding the shukaku was beginning to transform, with shukaku shrieking and clutching its head. The black void that surrounded the three of them began to crack, allowing light to escape through the fissures. The setting shifted to a bedroom with a full-sized bed, a small wooden nightstand with a light, and a small closet after everything broke. There was a girl on the bed with pale skin, light brown hair, 2 tiny furry ears, and dark circles around her eyes like Gara, with her body hidden beneath the comforter. The tiny Gara transformed into the older Gara, who blushed as he looked at the female. "Sigh, thank God it worked," Kira exclaimed, relief. "Who exactly is she?" Shizuka here, the Ichibi no Shukaku." The girl began to move and slowly awoke, showing she was wearing a simple kimono with a floral design, a light brown tail with 2 black bands near the tip, and golden eyes with normal pupils. "Kira-chan?" she asked as she glanced around the room. "What occurred? What am I doing?" "The last thing I recall is a clergyman locking me inside a teapot, followed by a nightmare in which I was untamed and bloodthirsty and couldn't contain myself. The worst part was that I threatened to take and consume a poor boy's soul, and... in. Shizuka couldn't continue as she began to weep, recalling everything as if it were a horrific hallucination from which she couldn't awaken. "Shish, Shizuka, it's alright. Unfortunately, all of that did occur. The barrier that held you captive must have had an effect on your psyche as well. This is Gara, the one you're sealed inside, Shizuka-chan," Kira said, referring to Gara. Shizuka began weeping hysterically as Gara stood there, unsure what to do. Gara placed a palm on her shoulder, causing the girl to cease weeping and whimper into his eyes. "I'm sorry I caused you so much pain," Shizuka sobbed. "You two can talk later, Shizuka, but right now you both need to rest. Gara, you can now sleep without Shizuka being bloodthirsty and evil," Kira explained as Shizuka slowly faded back to sleep from mental fatigue. The real world, the sand that had surrounded Kira and Gara rapidly fell to the ground, showing that they had been standing in their initial places until Gara lost his balance and was caught by Kira. "What did you do?" Tamari and Konkuro shouted. "He can't fall asleep or the demon will be unleashed." "Don't worry, I fixed the seal. Whoever put the lock on him in the first place did a poor job, causing the monster to go insane. Because I don't know much about the human technique of seals, I was able to rectify it with a demonic seal. The demon inside should be back to normal by now, so I think the two deserve a nice long rest," Kira smiled. Konkuro and Tamari didn't believe Kira until they heard Gara softly snoring and not going wild. The two were stunned and didn't know what to say. "I guess we owe you an apology and our gratitude for saving our little brother," Konkuro said. "Don't even think about it. Furthermore, I can comprehend both of their points of view because my friend, the one with the silver and blonde hair, and I went through a comparable experience to what they went through," Kira explained. "Since you helped me, I'll help you," Gara said, carefully opening his eyes and gazing up at Kira. "Between our community and another village, there is a plan to invade the Leaf community. We don't know what the strategy is yet, but it's the one with a music sign on their headband," Gara explained. "Gara, what exactly are?" "Tamari, Konkuro, she helped me by changing the seal, and it turns out the demon was only evil because our old man was too sloppy to do it properly," Gara interjected. "Now excuse me, I have 13 years of sleep to catch up on," Gara said before falling asleep again. Konkuro carried Gara on his back while Tamari carried his mummified item and her large black item on her back as they made their way to their hotel. "So, Kiraheim, what happened?" asked Naruto, perplexed by the events of the day. "I just changed the seal inside Gara to allow him to relax. Shizuka, the Ichibi no Shukaku, an old friend of mine, is the demon inside him. She's very gentle and dislikes fighting, but she's a great fighter when she wants to be, and she's a fantastic blacksmith. In fact, she was the one who created my katana," Kira explained, drawing the attention of Sasuke, Hinata, and Naruto. "There you all are," Kakashi said as a puff of smoke appeared behind the group. "I searched the entire village for all of you. I wanted to give you this," Kakashi said, handing each of them a piece of paper. "These are the applications for the chunin exams. I nominated the 4 of you to participate because I was impressed with your abilities during the wave mission. I'm surprised you chose us, Kakashi," Sasuke said. "Well, the exam starts tomorrow, so you better rest up," Kakashi said before disappearing in a puff of smoke. Throughout the day, each member of Team 7 encountered a ninja who lacked a village symbol on his attire and outwitted him. The mysterious ninja appeared behind Kakashi, who was reading his book on top of a roof, by the end of the day. "How did they do?" Kakashi inquired. "Well, Naruto has gotten better at genjutsu considering he used a low-level genjutsu on me to distract me for a minute while rescuing his hostage," Hinata has improved in confidence and is able to hit close-range and long-range targets. Sasuke knows how to mix taijutsu with ninjutsu quite well considering I narrowly escaped a fireball, and Kira, well, she knew it was me by my scent. Well, technically she is still a full demon, unlike the others who are half demons, Kakashi stated matter-of-factly. Well, Yan, it's getting late, and I'm going to bed, Kakashi said. Team 7 was on their way home to the Uchiha complex when they heard, Naruto-kun, Sasuke-kun. When Team 7 looked behind them, they noticed Kurenai, Sakura, Yugo, and Haku approaching them. Kurenai-hime, exclaimed Naruto, excited to see one of his friends. Kurenai passionately kissed Naruto, then Kira and Hinata, while Sasuke did the same to all of his friends. Kurenai asked, Naruto-kun, can we stay with you tonight? Please, Sasuke-kun? Yugo begged. I already asked my parents, and they said yes as long as we don't do anything yet, Sakura admitted, a little disappointed. Zabuza is on a mission with my brother, but he didn't tell me what it was, Haku explained. But, just to be safe, I believe we should do nothing. I don't want my friend to be hurt before our honeymoon, Haku explained. Tsunami was already putting the food down when the group entered their home. Everyone had a nice dinner, with Inari discussing his day at the academy and Hanabi discussing her progress with her gentle fist training. Tazuna had a boring day with nothing to do, whereas Tsunami had an interesting day when she ran into Iruka while grocery shopping. Tsunami had apparently taken a liking to Iruka ever since he stood up for her to protect her from Ebisu. I think I smell a wedding along with ours, Naruto said quietly, and Sasuke agreed. There's something I'd like to discuss with you, Naruto-kun, as well as Hinata-chan and Kira-chan, Kurenai said. The four excused themselves and went outside, where they wouldn't be noticed. What do you think of Enko-chan, Naruto-kun? Kurenai inquired. Well, I think she's beautiful, kind, and I've seen how she acts sometimes when I was little, but I think she's like me before I met the three of you my himes, hiding her pain behind a mask. Because of this, I admire her, and I believe that with time, I will come to adore her, Naruto blushed, knowing full well that Kurenai and Enko were close friends. Well, you see, she's asked if she could possibly be one of your friends because she, like me, developed a crush on you, and she's a really loyal friend to anyone who gets to know her. In addition, I believe she would be loyal to her lover. She was disappointed to learn that I was one of your friends, but she was still happy for me, Kurenai blushed. I met her several times without her knowing, and I can tell she suffered just as much as you, Foxy-kun. When I look into her eyes, it's as if she's carrying a heavy burden with no one to share it with. So, if you end up preferring her, I endorse like Kurenai-chan, or can I call you Rose-chan? Said Kira, with Kurenai blushing and nodding in agreement. I haven't met her, but if you two agree she's a good woman with a kind heart, then I approve, Hinata blushed. Then I guess I can add Enkoheim to my list of friends, but I think I'll keep it a surprise, Naruto said. Also, Ayame-chan has grown fond of me, but has agreed that we should all go on a date to prove her worth, Naruto explained. Fine by me, Kurenai said, pleased that Enko is now one of Naruto's friends, but we'll keep it a surprise and a new option for them to consider. Later that evening Naruto was asleep when he was awakened by someone ardently kissing him. Kira was on top of Naruto until she broke the embrace. Foxy-kun, I think we've gone into heat, Kira said. We? Inquired Naruto, whose query was answered by two more passionate caresses from Kurenai and Hinata, each in the same manner as in Wave. Each of the ladies' irises were filled with lust, but they were also filled with affection for him. So, what do you want me to do, my himes? Naruto inquired. You have to mate with us, Kira said. However, what about, don't worry, Naruto-kun. Kurenai-chan put an anti-pregnancy jutsu on us in a sound barrier around our room before we woke you up, Hinata explained. Alright, Naruto said, not wanting to upset his friends. Lemon caution, you have been cautioned once more, at your own peril, observe. Naruto kissed Kira first, making her moan passionately, then Hinata, making her moan as well, before kissing Kurenai. Each of the girls chose to undress Naruto by taking off their only piece of clothing, revealing that none of them had pubic hair. Foxy-kun, we don't grow any body hair because most of our hair is concentrated on our tails and hair, except when we transform, Kira explained to Naruto, and please be gentle with us. Anything for my himes, Naruto said. Kira pushed Naruto's head between her breasts as he began sucking on her right nipple, while Kurenai and Hinata worked on his hard shaft by rubbing their large breast against it, licking the tip, and occasionally kissing each other, savoring the taste of each other. Kira moaned, getting wet with each jolt of pleasure she felt from her lover's decision to gently nibble on Naruto's right ear, making him moan, as he continued to gently suck on Kira's breast with his hands slowly stroking the base of Kira's tails, making Kira moan louder. Naruto let go of Kira's breast and guided her to his manhood when he was tough. Kira gently rubbed the tip against her womanhood, making Naruto moan in anticipation until she lowered her hips, only to groan in pain. Naruto looked worried at her until she kissed him and continued to lower herself until she took his entire length. Naruto kissed her, hoping to alleviate some of her pain. "Vixenheim, you're so tight," groaned Naruto as Kurenai sat on his chest guiding his hands towards her chest and Hinata placing her womanhood for Naruto to lick after a few moments until Kira became accustomed to his length. Naruto licked Hinata's womanhood, causing her to scream loudly until Kurenai kissed her, muffled her passionate screams. Kira began to gain speed while rubbing Kurenai's breast and licking the back of her neck, causing Hinata to moan loudly in Kurenai's kiss as Naruto began massaging Kurenai's breast a little rougher, but still lovingly, and making Hinata more wet in her womanhood. "Foxy-kun, your tool feels so warm inside me," Kira complained. "I'm going to come," screamed Kira, grinding her womanhood with Naruto's length until she increased her speed even more, with Naruto moving his hips to match Kira's speed. Naruto, too, felt a knot in his lower region as he neared his orgasm. "Naruto-kun!" screamed the three vixens at the same time as Kira felt Naruto's length throbbing inside her as she felt his warm seeds filling her deep inside, making her feel a sense of completion inside her. Naruto sucked Hinata's cum while his hands caressed Kurenai's voluptuous body and curves. Kurenai and Hinata assisted in lifting Kira, causing her to moan in disappointment as she missed the sensation of length inside her. Naruto pushed himself up, wrapping his left hand around Hinata's waist and passionately kissing her before gently laying her down on the futon with his right hand. Naruto broke the kiss and looked into Hinata's eyes, which were filled with love like Kira and Kurenai's, making him smile with a foxy grin. Naruto rubbed his member against Hinata, causing her to moan until he pushed it inside her, as he had done with Kira because she, too, was a virgin. Hinata moaned in agony until she looked at Naruto. "Naruto-kun, I love you," she cried. "I love you, Angel Heim," Naruto added. Naruto began thrusting in a slow pace kissing Kurenai with Hinata licking her womanhood, Kira massaging Kurenai's breast while wrapping her tails around her waist, and Kurena rubbing her own tails between Kira's legs. Naruto increased his speed, causing Hinata to moan loudly with each thrust while continuing to lick Kurenai as Naruto traveled down her neck and sucked on her left breast while Kira and Kurenai kissed passionately. Naruto increased his speed as he felt the knot inside him again, indicating that he was getting close. Kurenai broke her kiss with Kira when Kira began massaging her breasts again while licking the back of the fox ears, causing Kurenai to moan in delight. Kurenai's moans encouraged Naruto to increase his speed and begin sucking on Kurenai's right breast. Hinata moaned loudly, causing her tongue to lick deeper inside Kurenai, causing her to scream in pleasure and rub her tails even more against Kira's womanhood. Naruto moaned loudly as Hinata's tail shot up in front of him, gently biting on one tail while feeling Hinata's inner walls clamp down on him as her juices spilled and he released his seeds inside her as well. Kira and Kurenai both screamed in ecstasy as they reached their second orgasm. Naruto cut his length inside. Hinata also made her moan, missing the warmth radiating from Naruto's cock, but she still felt the warmth of Naruto's cum inside her. Kurenai, groaning in pain, kissed Naruto while maneuvering herself along his length. Kurenai kissed Naruto once she had taken his entire length. "I've been saving myself for that special someone, and I think that someone is you, my love," Kurenai said. "Thank you, my lovely Roseheim," Naruto said as Kurenai and Naruto sat up hugging each other, their hips moving in perfect sync, bringing jolts of pleasure to each other while Kira kissed Naruto and Hinata kissed Kurenai as each of their tails began rubbing against the girl's womanhood, making them moan. They kissed each other until they each broke their own kiss and began a heated four-way kiss, sticking out their tongues and tasting each other. Kira and Hinata tasted Kurenai's flesh until they reached her breast as both girls started sucking on them, making Kurenai bucks her hips even more in Naruto's lap. Hinata's hand moved down Kurenai's back, sending a pleasurable chill down her spine until she touched the base of Kurenai's tail, breaking her kiss. "Yes, right there. It felt good when Naruto-kun touched me there in wave," Kurenai moaned. Kira also touched Hinata's hand with her other hand, which traveled to where Kurenai and Naruto's members met, causing both of them to feel a powerful bolt of ecstasy. Naruto's thrust became faster and faster, causing Kurenai to scream and kiss him again until Naruto felt Kurenai's inner walls clamping down on his length, forcing him over the edge and emptying his seeds inside Kurenai. Lemon's End Kurenai was on top of him, cuddling on his chest, Kira was on his right shoulder, and Hinata was on his left shoulder, panting. That was amazing, Foxy-kun, but I think it was a little rushed because it was our first time, Kira said. We're sorry we forced you to do this, Hinata said. We know you wanted to wait until our honeymoon, Kurenai explained. Don't worry my Himes, besides, I'm a little glad that went into heat, it took off a lot of stress about tomorrow, Naruto said as the three vixens kissed their lover again. Perhaps next time you can do us individually, Kira suggested. Only if Angel Heim and Roseheim agree, Naruto said. I'd love to have you all to myself, Kurenai and Hinata both said at the same time. The four laughed softly until sleep engulfed them, sharing the warmth of their body heat and basking in the afterglow of their intimate moment with each other and intertwining their tales. To be continued.
That's it for this podcast. Thanks for listening to this video. If you did enjoy this part of the story, like, share, and subscribe for more. And thank you all for having support and have a great day.